for fucking media and criticism. Everybody giving this man hell because he made the decision to skip a regular season. I'm gonna reemphasize that a regular season game.
We ain't talking about the playoffs.
Nope,
We talking about the regular season.
a regular season. It's almost like we talking about
About
practice.
practice. Talking about practice, man.
But he's skipping a regular season game
We talking about
to
practice.
go watch his son's collegiate debut. His son who plays at USC. And everybody is giving him shit about it.
Yeah,
So,
he not getting paid to go watch his son play ball. He getting paid to play ball.
well,
So it's regular season. I don't give a shit if it's practice season. He need to be out there playing goddamn ball. That's what he getting paid for.
well, well, technically, okay. So here's the thing, right?
Technically, okay. Oh, sounds like case closed.
No, not at all. Well, because all right. So what's you in your profession, right? Do you have sick days?
I do.
All right. So what's your profession? Do you
But I
wish
have to
speak
put
on
that. I have to put that sick time in. Wait, hold on. I have to make sure I got a doctor's notes if I use sick time.
Okay.
If I want to take a vacation day, I got to put that in well in advance.
I'm glad you said that, my good sir. So, with that being said, right? Shout out to LeBron. I recall a lot of games that LeBron played sick. I recall a lot of games that LeBron played injured.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So like that man ain't got shit else to prove. At the end of the day, before there's basketball, that man is a father. He's a man, you know, and at the end of the day, like I
Mhm.
mean, I got it. He got his fan base and all the rest of that. But him missing this one game,
What's the policy?
what's the policy? What is it?
What's the policy in the NBA? What's the policy? Can you just take random days off?
Well,
Because
everybody
if
ain't
he
LeBron
could,
James.
it
Everybody
doesn't
does.
matter. What's the policy? If you do it for one, you have to do it for all.
Bro, did you see last season, bro? Like, you got
I mean,
fucking what's
answer the
Buddy's
question.
name?
It don't matter. What's the policy? I just looked it up. No paid sick days.
Okay. He ain't actually
In
getting
the
paid. The
NBA.
motherfucker's a
He
billionaire.
didn't say he was sick.
Okay. So the vacation that they get, guess when it is? Off season.
That's
So
fine.
your son don't play ball in the off season. Guess what? Guess you can't go see him.
That
Is
man,
there an exception to policy?
If you have to make an exception for him,
ETP.
you got to make an exception for other people.
The
So then
exception
what happens
is
when it's a
I'm
clutch
LeBron
game on the line?
James.
What happened when it's a clutch game on the line and LeBron James decides he wants to be a father
So here's my thing, right? So
and he takes off?
there's been numerous players who done sat out for like dumber reasons, like oh, I'm not getting
Kawhi
paid
Leonard, for
enough.
example.
You know what I'm saying? You got players out there
Yep.
who refuse to who are basketball players and they refuse to shoot. You know what I'm saying? And I
Ooh.
don't
Hey,
I don't-
that's a kind of sensitive subject. Okay. Okay. We wasted a whole fucking draft pick there. All right. I'm watching Jason Tatum whoop my ass right now. I don't need this shit.
He refuses to shoot the ball, right? You got people who done sat out for all kind of reasons, just fucked up principles. I mean, whatever. But you don't hear no uproar about that. You just like, oh yeah, such and such. Yeah, he ain't gonna play because he say he ain't getting paid. So yeah, enough. But now it's the fact that the fact that he decided to miss one game. These other motherfuckers is missing weeks on end over they principles. LeBron decided to miss one regular season game. That
To your
ain't going
point.
to my point. He's a father first, bro.
Right, but to your point, he's also LeBron James.
Yeah.
So that's a good and a bad thing. Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Well,
King
the thing
James.
about it is, I think it's safe to say when it's all said and done, hindsight being 2020, I think LeBron his crown is going to be based off what he did off court. All of the endeavors that he done set forth on off court. He's still LeBron James, and I feel like based off of this, as a man, think about the hidden message that's in there, right? As a black man. So it's bad enough that they say the only thing that black men are good for is dribbling the ball and dancing and prancing around and you know what I'm saying, dancing, gliding and sliding.
Gliding and gliding.
They say that's all black men are good for. We not there for our kids and all the rest of that. So you got one black man who's sitting here and he's trying to set presence, right? And he's trying to break the mold, you know what I'm saying, break the stigma, and they're gonna give him shit for it. So
That's not what it's about.
That's what
You got to look at the future. You got to look at what precedents you setting. Because if I allow you to do this, then I have to allow other people.
But that's the thing, though. That's what you're not getting, though. Other people have been doing it before him.
I'm talking about people that's not
I was gonna say, man,
James.
like that happens.
So
yeah.
What is
think about?
NBA
I mean, just
saying?
think about
The
a regular
superstars
person.
of the league. Hold on, because we talking NBA, so I watch. The superstars of the league sit out just for rest, just because they sleepy. Like
you had somebody.
It's been a policy the past couple years that your main players would take games off, literally just to rest. Nothing wrong with the motherfuckers. They
with
just
the approval of who?
Taking the time off. Even if you say with the approval of who? If you're taking games off the rest and you have a player who currently has played more games, more minutes, more playoffs, more everything than everybody, and he decides to take a game off to witness his child's first anything.
Yeah.
The fact that people are criticizing him about that, it's crazy to me.
The NBA players are given it 1 day off per week during the season to spend time on themselves and their family.
He doesn't
They can use this time for rest and recreation or take some time away from basketball.
But again, Shaw, hold on. Listen. What is he taking the game off for? They have a game the same day as USC's opening night. His son, his firstborn child, decided to follow in his footsteps and pursue basketball as a career. And that man made it all the way to the collegiate level, D1 major school. He's now attending USC. And as a true freshman, his first game is the same night that LeBron has a regular season game. And the fact that LeBron said, oh yeah, I don't give a fuck about this damn game. When it comes to this subject, my son takes priority. It's something that should actually be, I love that transition right there at the dog hand. It's something that should actually be commended. Like as a black man, he's literally saying, let's say they take his check away. LeBron makes nearly $1 million a game. So the fact that he said that $1 million means nothing about compared to me being there at USC, supporting my son in his first game, speaks volumes to him as a father and him as a person. And the people that's criticizing him, in my opinion, fuck him. Are fucking retarded. Like I'm just be real.
So like Mike said, one part I didn't think about is what does the NBA say about it? That's what Mike had.
NBA saying?
So what does the NBA say?
Yeah, like what are they saying?
Nothing.
Oh, well, I mean, they ain't saying shit. Then who the fuck?
The media is making a big deal out of it, and people are making a big deal out of it. But the Lakers said, "Hey, go ahead and have fun." I'm sure there'll be members of the Lakers that's with him.
I wasn't privy to the information.
No. Yeah, the pushback is coming from the casual fan.
Oh, and I thought it was coming from the team. Like he was having a problem with the team. If they didn't say shit, well, fuck it then. Because this could be his 1 day off.
So I like to say this.
This could actually be his 1 day off that he gets per week, as I read.
I would like to say this. Even if the NBA had a problem with it,
I would still go.
In the words of the late, great Bernie Mac, fuck him.
Fuck him.
Fuck him. Shout out to Bernie Mac.
See there, but when you
so what's
start
LeBron doing, dog?
when you start doing
Standing
stuff
on what?
like that,
So
when you start doing stuff like that, right?
You standing on business. You right.
Nah, man, you are
Family
actually
hustle.
setting a precedence to where now they're gonna have to come in and start making rules up around this, which might be a good thing, but it could also be a bad thing. Because remember, these people in power, these people that got the money, they don't make a move without it benefiting them. Right?
You right.
So you may make a move like this, and even if the NBA or the Lakers said, "Hey, no, this we don't agree with this," you end up changing the dynamics of what the game now looks like for a lot of people, and it could be bad, and it could be not so bad. So the same people that take weeks off and they're not producers, they're going to be able to get the same looks as the people who are top producers, right?
Right.
And is that fair? No. But that's what this is going to look like, because he is setting a precedence if, in fact, the NBA or the team had a problem with it. But since they don't,
no.
then
even if they had a problem with it, I would say I'm not disagreeing with you that he's setting a precedent. What I am saying is that the precedence that he is setting is the correct one. And that is all. Now, he might be in a financial position to make that statement. And maybe the person, I don't know, delivering mail can't make that statement. But what he's saying in that moment is all of the fame, all of the money, all of the endorsements, all the things that come along with him being LeBron James, Los Angeles Laker, are not as important as him being LeBron James, the father.
The father, right.
And the father takes priority. So if that's the precedence that he's setting, I commend him for setting it. And everybody that's criticizing him should actually follow suit.
Sound like he need to get another job.
No, what it sounds like is
it sounds like the fans should shut the fuck up.
There you go. Cause that man's standing on business.
These are the same fans that walk around talking about, their child. How many people will walk around and say that my child comes first? I'm a parent first. I'm a parent before anything else.
In the captions, they say it.
So these same people are gonna sit up here and So these same people are gonna sit up here and judge LeBron James for saying, "Hey, I'm gonna take a night off to go see my son play." And he's a father first, just like the rest of them.
Well, first and foremost,
they mad because they got their own selfish motives anyway. They wanted to see him play.
Let's be clear, right? The motherfuckers that's out there with their Twitter fingers itching, those are the main ones who's sitting there on their mama's couch, you know what I'm saying, grabbing their crotch, watching the game, you know what I'm saying, not standing on business they damn self. Those are the main ones. The ones who disagree with it, they probably got a couple of kids out there right now who they fucking ignore. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, bro, like I feel like that, when it boils down to it, that's something that has to be it has to be, it has to be, admonished, because the sole purpose of our channel, right? Our sole purpose that we set forth was to, to better, people who look like us and empower them and, inspire them to do to be better. I feel like LeBron is doing that at a greater scale, and I feel like that his actions, had a deeper meaning. And it was, at the end of the day, he is a father, because there's going to be a day that he's too old, you know what I'm saying, to dribble a basketball. But his son, I always remember the fact that he prioritized him, over his current, endeavors. His son, I always remember that, and his other kids will too. So at the end of the day, man, like before he's a basketball player, before he's LeBron James, before he was, number this or number that, before he's a, X how many time champion, he's a father, and my hat's off to LeBron James, for doing that and standing by that, and more especially standing on business.
I was gonna cue you up to say it again, but you threw it in at the end.
That's the difference, though. And